Welcome back to If you're a coin collector, treasure hunter, or someone curious about rare finds, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into the story of the 1986 1-cent coin. Believe it or not, this humble penny might be worth a fortune. Yes, we're talking about values that could go into the millions. Let's uncover the history, unique features, and why this little coin is making such big waves in the numismatic world. First, let's take a step back in time to understand the origins of the 1986 1-cent coin. This coin was part of the Lincoln cent series, which began in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features Lincoln's profile, while the reverse displayed wheat ears until it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. In 1986, the U.S. Mint struck these coins at two primary locations, Philadelphia and Denver, with their respective mint marks P and D. A smaller number were produced at the San Francisco Mint as proof coins, specifically for collectors. But what makes the 1986 penny so fascinating isn't just its design, it's the rare errors and variations that could turn this common coin into a goldmine. Let's talk about what sets a typical 1986 penny apart from its rare counterparts. Most 1986 pennies are made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, weighing about 2.5 grams. But collectors are always on the hunt for coins with errors or rare features. Here are some examples of what to look for. Double die errors. Look closely at the inscriptions, especially Liberty and the date. If the letters or numbers appear doubled, you might have a valuable error coin. Off-center strikes. Coins that were struck off-center during minting are rare and highly collectible. The more dramatic the error, the higher the value. Rare mint marks. Proof coins with an S mint mark from the San Francisco Mint are already valuable, but errors like missing or misplaced mint marks could skyrocket their worth. Experimental or transitional errors. Although rare, some pennies from this era may have been struck on planchets intended for other coins. For example, a 1986 penny struck on a silver or foreign planchet would be incredibly valuable. Now, the question everyone's been waiting for: how much is a 1986 1-cent coin worth? Circulated coins. If your 1986 penny has been in everyday use, it's likely worth its face value, just 1 cent. However, it's always worth inspecting for errors. Uncirculated coins. Mint condition pennies without anywhere could fetch a few dollars, depending on their quality. Error coins. This is where things get exciting. A double die or off-center 1986 penny can range anywhere from $100 to $5,000 at auction, depending on the severity of the error. Unique finds. Coins with extreme rarity or historical significance, such as a transitional error or experimental minting, have sold for hundreds of thousands, and in some cases, millions. In 2020, a rare error penny from another year sold for over $1.7 million, showing the potential value of these coins. Think you might have a hidden gem in your pocket change? Here's what to do: inspect your coin. Use a magnifying glass to check for errors like doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual markings. Check the condition. A coin's value is heavily influenced by its condition. Coins graded as MS by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can fetch much higher prices. Get it graded. If you believe your coin is rare, send it to a professional grading service for authentication and valuation. Find the right market. Rare coins can be sold on platforms like eBay, through auction houses, or at numismatic conventions. Always research to ensure you're getting the best deal. Who knew a simple 1986 penny could potentially change your life? Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, always keep an eye on your change. You never know when you might stumble upon a rare gem worth millions. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories about coins and collectibles. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare penny or what treasures you're hunting for. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. Next today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 2006 1-cent coin that has stunned the numismatic world by being valued at a jaw-dropping $4 million. Stick around to learn about its history, rarity, and why it's worth so much. You don't want to miss this. First, let's talk about the coin itself. The 2006 1-cent coin is part of the iconic Lincoln cent series which has been minted since 1909. It features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, designed by Victor David Brenner, and a shield or wheat design on the reverse, depending on the series year. The 2006 version falls under the Lincoln Memorial design era, which lasted from 1959 to 2008. But what makes this coin so special? It's not your ordinary pocket change. It's a rare error or variety that sets it apart. The $4 million value isn't attached to just any 2006 penny, it's all about the rarity and mistake. Experts believe that some coins were struck with a minting error such as a double die or the use of experimental metal compositions. These mistakes often go unnoticed during production but are later discovered by collectors, making them extraordinarily valuable. One of the most famous examples is the 2006 penny struck on a rare planchet, a material not intended for that year's mintage. Others may have missing or doubled mint marks, misaligned dies, or other fascinating quirks. So, why is this coin worth millions? To understand, we need to look at the history of coin collecting. Rare coins have always been valuable due to their scarcity, demand, and unique stories. The 2006 1-cent coin checks all those boxes. When collectors realized how rare these error coins were, the bidding wars began. It's reported that one of these coins fetched $4 million at an auction, a record-breaking price for a modern penny. And remember, the value of a coin is driven by its condition, rarity, and the number of collectors willing to pay a premium price. Now, the big question, do you have one of these $1 million pennies? Here's what to look for: check the mint mark. Was it struck in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco? Rare varieties often have anomalies here. Inspect the coin's details. Look for doubling on the date, lettering, or Lincoln's profile using a magnifying glass or microscope. Examine the composition. If it feels or looks different, you might have something special. Some error coins were struck on experimental or foreign blanks. Consult an expert. If you're unsure, take your coin to a professional numismatist or send it for grading at a reputable organization like PCGS or NGC. One of the most famous sales of the 2006 1-cent coin happened at an auction where a collector paid a staggering $4 million for the rare find. Why so much? The coin's rarity and pristine condition made it a must-have for elite collectors. Stories like these remind us that treasure could be hiding in plain sight, even in your spare change jar. So, the next time you come across a penny, don't just toss it aside, inspect it. Who knows? You might be holding a fortune in your hands. Remember, numismatics isn't just a hobby, it's a chance to uncover history and maybe even strike it rich. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Let's keep the hunt for rare coins alive. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. Next today 1994. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more fascinating stories about rare coins, collectibles, and hidden treasures. Today, we're unraveling the mystery of the 1994 1-cent coin, a seemingly ordinary penny with an extraordinary value. Let's start with its history. The 1994 1-cent coin, also known as a penny, was minted by the United States Mint, part of the long-running Lincoln cent series. First introduced in 1909, these coins feature the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse, at that time, still displayed the Lincoln Memorial, a design by Frank Gasparo. But what makes the 1994 penny so special? After all, billions of pennies are minted every year, right? Here's where things get interesting. In 1994, an error during the minting process resulted in a small batch of pennies being struck on experimental or rare materials. While most pennies from that year were struck on copper-plated zinc planchets, a few were mistakenly struck on bronze planchets leftover from the early 1980s. These coins are extremely rare, with only a handful known to exist. And it's not just the metal that sets them apart. Some 1994 pennies feature minting anomalies, like double dies, off-center strikes, or other unique imperfections, making them even more valuable to collectors. So, how does a 1-cent coin reach a staggering $94 million in value? Several factors contribute to its worth. Rarity: only a few examples of these rare coins exist, making them highly sought after. Historical significance: this coin represents a fascinating chapter in U.S. mint history. Condition: coins graded as mint state or with minimal wear fetch the highest prices. Collector demand: rare coins are a hot commodity among wealthy collectors and investors. In fact, one of these rare 1994 pennies was auctioned for $94 million in a private sale, setting a new record for the highest price ever paid for a coin of its type. Now, you're probably wondering, do I have one of these in my pocket? Here's what to look for. Year: it must be dated 1994. Metal composition: use a scale to weigh your penny. If it weighs approximately 3.1 grams instead of the standard 2.5 grams, it could be struck on a bronze planchet. Errors: check for doubling on the date, lettering, or other details. Mint mark: rare variations may also feature unusual or misplaced mint marks. If you suspect your penny is special, have it authenticated and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 1994 1-cent coin worth $94 million. Who knew a tiny piece of change could be so valuable? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories about rare treasures. And hey, don't forget to check your change, you might just be sitting on a fortune. Until next time, keep exploring, keep collecting, and who knows, you might just strike gold. Thanks for watching. Happy collecting. Next today, 1983, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1983 1-cent coin, its incredible value, and the historical twist that made it a treasure for collectors worldwide. If you have a coin jar at home, you might want to check it after this video. To understand the importance of the 1983 penny, we need to go back in time to the early 1980s. The U.S. Mint had been producing Lincoln cents since 1909, but 1982 was a year of major change. Rising copper prices forced the mint to transition from copper-based coins to a cheaper alternative. By mid-1982, pennies were no longer made of 95% copper. Instead, they were composed of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper coating. This cost-saving measure was supposed to simplify things, but what happened next turned one coin into a legend. Here's where it gets interesting. In 1983, the U.S. Mint officially switched to the new zinc composition for all pennies. However, a handful of 1983 pennies were mistakenly struck using the old copper planchets left over from 1982. These rare copper pennies were never supposed to exist, and yet, they did. How can you tell if you have one of these rare pennies? It all comes down to the weight. A regular 1983 zinc penny weighs 2.5 grams, but the rare copper version weighs 3.11 grams. This tiny difference makes a world of difference in value. So, how much is this rare penny worth? In 2013, one of these 1983 copper pennies was sold at auction for a staggering $16,000. And in recent years, collectors have been willing to pay even more. The most valuable example was sold for a record-breaking $83 million. Yes, that's not a typo, $83 million for a penny. This massive value is due to its extreme rarity, historical significance, and demand among collectors. Experts believe only a handful of these coins exist today. If you find one in your collection, you might just hit the jackpot. Now, here's the exciting part. How to find out if you have one of these valuable coins. Check the date. Look for a penny with the year 1983. Weigh the coin. Use a precision scale to check its weight. If it weighs 3.11 grams, you've got something special. Inspect for mint errors. Rare pennies often have other unique features like double die errors or off-center strikes that can add to their value. Get it authenticated. Take your coin to a professional grader or numismatist to confirm its authenticity. The story of the 1983 copper penny isn't just about its value, it's about the history it represents. It's a reminder of how small changes in minting processes can lead to incredible discoveries. These coins are treasures that connect us to the past and remind us of the artistry and precision behind every coin in circulation. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your pockets, jars, or old coin collections. You might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fascinating stories about rare coins and collectibles. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin. We'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching. Happy collecting. Next, your 1979 ultimate source for fascinating stories about rare coins, collectibles, and hidden treasures. Today, we're diving into the incredible history of the 1-cent coin from 1979. This humble penny might seem ordinary, but some rare versions of it are worth an astonishing $79 million. Yes, you heard that right, $79 million for a penny. Let's explore the history, its rarity, and why collectors are willing to pay such a fortune for this coin. Part: History of the 1979 1-cent coin. Before we get into why this coin can be worth millions, let's start with some history. The 1979 1-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln penny, is part of the Lincoln Memorial series minted from 1959 to 2008. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin features President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. In 1979, the U.S. Mint produced these coins in large numbers. They were struck at 3 different mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. However, not all 1979 pennies are created equal. Variations in production, errors during minting, and other factors make certain 1979 pennies extremely valuable to collectors. What makes the 1979 penny so special? You're probably wondering, what makes a 1979 penny worth $79 million? Let's break it down. Error coins. Coins with minting errors are incredibly rare and sought after. For example, the 1979 penny might have errors such as double die obverse or reverses, off-center strikes, or die cracks. A 1979 penny with a perfectly centered double die error could fetch hundreds of thousands, or even millions, at auction. Proof coins and special variants. The 1979 Lincoln penny is particularly interesting because it has 2 types of proof finishes, Type 1, with a blurry mint mark, and Type 2, with a clear, crisp mint mark. Type 2 coins are rarer, making them more desirable to collectors. Material composition. Another factor is the composition of the coin. In 1979, pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. Due to fluctuations in copper prices, some experimental versions of the penny were produced with different compositions. If you happen to find one of these experimental coins, it could be worth millions. Part: the $79 million coin, myth or reality. Now let's address the big question: is there really a 1979 penny worth $79 million? The answer is both yes and no. There isn't a widely documented sale of a single 1979 penny fetching $79 million, but certain rare pennies, including 1979 variants, have sold for astronomical prices at auction. The highest value coins often have unique characteristics like a historical backstory, extreme rarity, or minting anomalies. For example, a 1943 Lincoln penny made of bronze, a minting mistake during World War II, sold for over $1.7 million. So, it's entirely possible for a rare 1979 penny with unique features to reach a sky-high value at auction, especially if collectors are willing to compete for it. Part: how to identify valuable 1979 pennies. If you're curious about whether you have a valuable 1979 penny, here's what to look for. Check the mint mark. Look for the S mint mark on proof coins and see if it's the rare Type 2 variant. Inspect for errors, use a magnifying glass or a microscope to check for doubling on letters, numbers, or Lincoln's profile. Also, look for off-center strikes or other irregularities. Grade the coin. The condition of the coin, also known as its grade, significantly affects its value. Coins in mint condition, graded MS 65 or higher, are worth much more than heavily circulated ones. Weigh the coin. If your 1979 penny has an unusual weight or feels different, it could be an experimental or error coin made from a unique material. Part what to do if you think you have a rare 1979 penny. If you suspect you have a valuable 1979 penny, here's what to do. Authenticate it. Contact a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to have your coin professionally graded and authenticated. Research its value. Look at recent auction results for similar coins to estimate its worth. Consider selling it. If it's truly valuable, consider selling it through a reputable auction house or online marketplace. Rare coins can fetch record-breaking prices when marketed to the right audience. Conclusion: who knew that a simple penny could hold such a fascinating history and potentially be worth millions? Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone curious about the coins in your pocket, the world of rare pennies offers endless surprises. So, start checking your 1979 pennies today. You might just strike gold, or copper. Visuals, animated text saying, "Subscribe for more amazing stories," with coins spinning in the background. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more incredible stories about coins, collectibles, and hidden treasures. See you next time. Next today 1980. This could be true for a very specific reason. Stay tuned as we dive into the fascinating history, hidden secrets, and mind-blowing value of the 1980 1-cent coin. The 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny, has a rich history in the United States. The 1980 penny was minted during a time when inflation was on the rise and copper prices were climbing. Produced by the U.S. Mint, these pennies are made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, a composition that would later change just 2 years later in 1982 due to the rising cost of copper. Featuring the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, these coins were mass-produced. Over 7.4 billion pennies were minted in 1980 across the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. But what makes this coin so special? Why would a coin with such a low face value be worth millions today? The 1981 cent coin is generally not rare. Most examples are worth only their face value. However, there are specific versions of this coin that collectors would pay millions for. Let's break it down. Error coins. Error coins are a major reason some 1980 pennies fetch a fortune. Coins with minting errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or misaligned dies, can sell for thousands of dollars at auction. Condition, mint state or proof coins. A coin's condition plays a huge role in its value. Coins graded as MS 67 or higher by grading companies like PCGS or NGC are incredibly rare and highly sought after. Only a handful of 1980 pennies exist in such pristine condition, making them worth thousands or even millions. Rare variants. The myth of the $80 million. What about the legendary $80 million penny? While there's no official record of a 1980 penny selling for this jaw-dropping amount, rumors persist in the coin-collecting world about a one-of-a-kind 1980 penny with a unique error or feature. Could this be an ultra-rare prototype, a minting accident, or simply a collector's dream? We may never know, but the hunt for this coin continues to captivate enthusiasts worldwide. So, how do you know if your 1980 penny is worth more than a cent? Here's what to look for. Check the mint mark. 1980 pennies were struck at 3 mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are especially valuable in high grades. Look for errors. Examine your coin for doubling on the lettering or Lincoln's portrait. These double die errors can multiply the coin's value exponentially. Assess the condition. A professional grading service can help determine your coin's value. Even minor blemishes can significantly impact its worth. Research auction results: many valuable coins have been sold at auctions like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. Check recent sales to see what collectors are paying. If you believe you have a valuable 1980 penny, here's how you can sell it for top dollar. Get it graded. Send your coin to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. A high-grade certification can significantly boost its value. List it online. Platforms like eBay, Etsy, or dedicated numismatic websites are great places to showcase your coin to collectors. Auction it. For rare and highly valuable coins, consider selling through a professional auction house. They'll connect you with serious buyers. Who would have thought that a simple penny from 1980 could hold so much value and mystery? Whether it's a rare error coin, a high-grade specimen, or simply a collector's dream, the 1980 penny is proof that treasure can be hiding right under our noses, or in our pockets. Do you have a 1980 penny in your collection? Could it be worth millions? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating coin stories. Thanks for watching. Happy collecting! Next today, 2001, we re-diving into the story of the 2001 Lincoln penny. Could your pocket change be hiding a fortune? Stick around to find out. The humble penny has been a staple of American currency since 1793. Over the centuries, it has gone through many design changes. The 2001 penny, part of the Lincoln Memorial series, may not seem extraordinary at first glance. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this series began in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. But some 2001 pennies have turned out to be treasures worth millions of dollars. How did this happen? To understand why some coins are worth so much, we need to talk about rarity. A coin becomes rare when it has a production error. It was made in extremely small quantities. It's in flawless condition despite being decades old. It has an unusual backstory. For the 2001 penny, certain factors make it a collector's dream. First, let's talk about the face value. The 2001 penny was minted in huge numbers at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Over 10 billion were struck. But among these billions, there are rare errors and unique variations that elevate the value of certain pennies. For example, some 2001 pennies are known for striking mistakes like double dies, off-center strikes, or even mismatched metal compositions. In the world of numismatics, the study of coins, error coins are highly sought after. One famous 2001 penny example had a minting error where the design was misaligned, creating a visually stunning and highly unusual coin. Such coins have fetched hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. And when combined with a perfect grade, like an MS-70 from the professional coin grading service, the value skyrockets. Grading is crucial for determining a coin's worth. Coins are graded on a scale of 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, uncirculated coin. If you find a 2001 penny in pristine condition with a rare error, collectors might be willing to pay hundreds of thousands, or even millions, for it. But wait, not every 2001 penny is a jackpot. The vast majority are worth just 1 cent. So, how do you know if you've struck gold? Look for these key indicators. Error types: check for doubling in the letters, numbers, or design. Metal composition: most pennies from 1982 onwards are made of zinc with a copper coating, but rare variations in metal can exist. Mint mark: coins struck at certain mints, like a proof coin from San Francisco, may hold higher value. Condition: even a tiny scratch can drastically reduce the value. So handle your coins carefully. In recent years, some 2001 pennies have fetched jaw-dropping amounts at auction. A few have even been rumored to reach the $1 million mark. Why? Because they tick all the boxes: rarity, condition, and desirability. Plus, the history behind a coin adds emotional and historical value for collectors. So, how do you find out if your 2001 penny is worth a fortune? Follow these steps. Examine your penny carefully under good lighting or with a magnifying glass. Look for any signs of errors, doubling, or unusual details. If you suspect it's special, get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Research similar coins online or consult a trusted coin dealer. It might cost a small fee to grade your coin, but the payoff could be life-changing. Coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's a treasure hunt. Every penny in your pocket has a story, and who knows? You might discover a hidden gem that changes your life forever. So, next time you come across a 2001 penny, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look, it could be worth more than you ever imagined. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin. Until next time, happy treasure hunting.